Welcome to What Brought You Here Today, an interview-style mental health podcast that focuses on real experiences and how we navigate and move through them. The guests on this show provide personal and professional insight at times and come from all walks of life. Not all of the guests work in the mental health field, and they've all chosen to be brave and vulnerable while sharing parts of their story with you. Please keep your own mental health and well-being in mind while listening. Hello, everybody. Welcome to What Brought You Here Today. I am your host, Ryan, and today I'm super excited because I am joined with the hosts of Typical Tuesday Night, a Taylor Swift podcast, Jess and Karly. Welcome, both of you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Yeah.
This is going to be such an exciting conversation about Taylor Swift and kind of the impact that she is having in the world, particularly related to mental health. I don't know if there's been podcasts if people are talking about this, but my professional experience as a therapist is that she has a pretty significant impact on people in general.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
for sure.
And you two are like invested experts in Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Probably a little too
yes.
much, but yes.
This is going to be great. So again, thank you for being here.
Yeah.
Karly and I were chatting before I hit record, but the podcast, your guys' podcast just came out when?
Like mid-September
Yeah.
of last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how long have you been Swifties?
For what since 2006?
I mean, yeah, I always say since 2006 when her first song came out.
I don't know how many years that
but
is.
I know. That's too much math for me right now. But yeah, since her debut album, I have been, and same with Jess, like a big fan.
Yeah.
So it's been fun to be able to like know her from the very beginning and every single album get excited that she was putting out new music.
And watch everything evolve into what it is now.
Yeah, because it is definitely evolved.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I was on my drive into work this morning and thinking of, I'm from the original Taylor Swift camp of Tim McGraw. Like,
Yes.
Way, way back baby Taylor, the country music Taylor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And just where we are now with Midnights and Reputation
Mhm.
and kind of how the music has shifted. Where do you think we're of maybe the older generation of Taylor Swift fans, right? Like how has she impacted you personally? Whoever wants to go first.
Yeah. I mean, I think one of the cool things, and Jess and I have talked about this before, because we are like 2 years younger than Taylor Swift, and she like writes about her music, takes her about 2 years, and then puts out an album. I just feel so lucky that she puts out an album, Fearless. She's singing about being 15, and I'm 15 years old. And I am in that moment, and I'm like, you are explaining everything that I'm going through right now. And that is, I think, an incredible thing that music does, but I also attribute a lot to what she does specifically, is being able to put into words things that she experienced that then relate to what I have been through. And I'm like, oh, I understand more what I'm feeling because of the way you wrote this song.
Yeah. And I think for me too, especially thinking of those really early on albums, especially Debut and Fearless, like, I mean, 15, that's such like a formative age.
Yeah.
And a confusing time of your life. And also you're feeling a lot of feelings. And she talks a lot about those feelings. And, I related so much to, her song Invisible, which is dramatic.
But we all
like,
felt that though.
It's just like one of those things where it's like you have these kind of feelings that are kind of insecurities maybe, and you feel like you're probably the only one that feels like that. But then to hear someone like her sing those things, it just makes you feel like there are other people out there that feel that way, even if everyone's not talking about it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, you just get like a sense of like comfort and like camaraderie that way. And I think that's why like I just felt so like closely tied to her through my whole life. I feel as her later albums have come, it's had less of that feeling of, oh, I was 15 when I'm 15, or even like 22, like the 22 and all that. But as she's gotten farther into her adulthood, it's been less connective that way. But because I have that foundation of that, I'm still able to relate to a lot of her music. now too. So
What do you think is shifted in terms of the connectedness? Obviously, her music
mhm.
style and genres have shifted, but
Yeah.
there's more maybe like musicality and performance than like emotion and feelings when we compare like
I
our song and like
I
really
mean,
early ons.
I
Yeah.
feel like she still has a lot of emotion and stuff to connect. And maybe this is lame to say, but for me personally, I don't remember. I think it was when we were talking about 1989, the 1989 album. Like it was kind of at that point and forward that there was like just a little bit more of a disconnect, especially for Carly and I, because we both had gotten married and now we're having kids. And that isn't something that like Taylor has done yet, you know?
Right.
And so I know a lot of moms are just like selfishly, I want Taylor to have a baby
I
so
know.
that she writes music about being a mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But that's what's so cool is I mean, and it's funny because you'll see people talk on social media. I even think, did you say this, Carly? Even maybe last night? Like, I need to do something before this new album comes out to set off a depression inside of me so that
Yeah.
I'm like fully immersed in this new album.
I don't know. I was like joking. This is a joke. Don't people actually do this? But I was like,
As you say
I
this to the
feel like
therapist.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. It's like, oh, there's okay. I have a great relationship with my husband. I don't know how I'm gonna get into this album when
Yeah.
I'm in like a really happy, healthy relationship. I don't know. Like Kyle and I better get into some sort of fight because I gotta channel these emotions of this breakup album that is coming.
And that's why I
Mhm.
think what she can do is so powerful is because even though we're in like a happy, healthy place, we still, like I keep saying, I've never been so excited to be so devastated. And, like I'm so excited to hear this really almost like difficult to listen to album and hear some of the hard things that she's gone through. But I feel like because I've felt so, like, connected to her and her music for so long. At this point, I'm just very excited to listen to the music, not even necessarily to see how it relates to me, but to hear her story,
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
know? That's kind of where I'm at now, is I just get so excited to hear more of her story.
Yeah. Carly, please don't put yourself into a depression to fully enjoy the album.
I will not. I will not. It was a joke.
Put that disclaimer out there.
Wait a
But
second.
I think it's such an important thing to note because she does so much of her music does tie to personal experience. But I remember Treacherous from the Red album, right?
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
2012.
Yeah.
2012 was a great year for me. I was like living my best life,
Yeah.
but that song shook me to the core and still
Yeah.
does
Yeah.
12 years later. And every time I will like intentionally put it on and I need to relive these feelings that I had in 2012 when I was obsessed
Yeah.
with this
Yes.
song. And it's almost like the music has kind of a timeless aspect to it, right? We can
Yeah.
Mhm.
go back and forth between these memories. And I love how she's able to do that with her music.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and one thing
Like go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say one thing I was gonna mention too is I feel like her first few albums were very story driven.
Mhm.
And I loved that about her. That's one thing that I still just hold on to. And I connected with those really well. And I feel like a lot of these later albums are a little more abstract. And I've actually kind of been able to enjoy that more because I feel like, yes, although I can't relate to some of these like breakup songs or whatever, some of the way she writes them, I'm able to connect those to other feelings or hardships that I'm having. It might not be a breakup. Like I was
Mhm.
actually I lost a child and so the song Bigger I had a miscarriage. The song Bigger Than the Whole Sky, I've loved. I just fell in love with it immediately. I was like, this is everything that I have ever felt. Like, oh my gosh, a song that connects with me again. And then I was on I don't know if I was on Taylor Swift Reddit or a Facebook page, and people started talking about this song. And they were like, what I love about Taylor is this might fit for a miscarriage for somebody. And for me, it felt like I was saying goodbye to what a relationship could have been. And I had never even thought that that song could be about a relationship that she was saying goodbye to and how they like that was what they wish could have been. And I just thought that was so cool that the way she does right now, I feel like even more than in the past, it's been able to um, reach a wider audience and affect people on different emotional levels and depending on what they're experiencing, not just, you know, this boy cheated on me and I'm going to tell you the story about it. So I think that's kind of cool about her newer music as well.
Yeah, for sure.
How and maybe why do you think she's impacting so many generations?
Cool.
I think I
It's
mean,
just crazy to me because she really is.
yeah, I
Yeah, I
know
mean,
she
I have
is.
grown women coming in here processing their thoughts around Taylor, and I have 6-year-olds coming in here
Yeah.
processing their thoughts
Oh,
around
yeah.
Taylor. Like,
Yeah.
even my 3.5-year-old is, I want to listen to I Knew You Were Trouble. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, girl,
Yep. Love
let's
it.
go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like part of it is I mean, when I was younger, I mean, the reason I was able to go to so many concerts is because my mom was into it as well, and she kind of, like, encouraged it and fostered it and took me to the concerts and stuff, and I feel like that's just continuing on, like, now all of us that are, this age that kind of grew up in the prime of Taylor Swift where we were basically the same age as her, and now we all have our own kids that we're also influencing to,
Yeah.
love her too. I just feel like it's just and I think the Eras Tour has is just like a full circle moment of the last however many years I never did the math. I was gonna do the math. Um,
From 2006 to
for since
2024.
to yeah.
So
Is that 18
17.
years?
Oh, yeah.
Oh
18.
my
We're in
gosh.
2024. I was like
That's
2023.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
So I just feel like the Eras Tour is such a full circle moment, and it's so fun to see, like, videos of, like, moms and their little
Yeah.
girls or something at the concerts, and, like, both of them like, one of the little girl is this is, like, a first experience of Taylor Swift in person, and the other one, it's, like, a nostalgic thing, and it's really cool to see, I don't know, just everyone
Yeah.
having the best time.
I also think because we talked about her music has pivoted, I think she's able to pick up new fans based on different albums. But I also think, I mean, her Midnight's album and the songs on that, super relevant and super, they just fit right in with the trends right now and
Mhm.
right in with the radio and whatever is popular. And so I think, when Midnight's came out, a lot of teenagers and young girls were like, these are awesome songs. And then I
Yeah.
think that you can see a community of Swifties and it's a strong community. And I do think that it's a really accepting community where they're like, you love Taylor? Let's chat. Or, you
Mhm.
want to get to know Taylor more? Let's chat. And so I've seen a lot of my piano students come to me, as young as 9 and 10, and they're just, I love Taylor Swift. I want to learn a Taylor Swift song. I love this new album. And now my friends told me about, all these other songs, and now one of the girls is learning our song on the piano, and I'm just like, "This is the best thing I've ever seen." But I think it's because she's stayed relevant, and
Mhm.
so she's popular, and so these younger generations are gonna get into it, and we just have this nostalgia for her. We're never gonna leave her, like, she's always gonna have us, so she just
Yeah.
keeps getting a bigger fandom.
It's kind of interesting to think about. I feel like a lot of our generation and, like, our parents' generation, like, if you were to be like, "Oh, what music did you, like, grow up that your parents were listening to all the time?" And it was always, like, pretty old-fashioned, still super iconic,
Yeah,
Beatles, Styx. I grew up
yeah,
listening to
same,
Styx.
same,
And, but, like, for me, I'm like, that's my parents' music, and
yeah,
that's, like, a memory that I have, but that wasn't my music, that was my
yeah,
parents' music, and I feel like that's what's cool about Taylor Swift is, like you said, she kind of transcends generations, like, we love her, and the kids love her,
yeah,
and, older than us love
yeah.
her, and that's really cool to see.
Yeah. I don't think I think, or I guess I should say, I think it is rare for an artist to cross so many genres because I think
Mhm.
a lot of times you think about it, if she had really just stuck with country, she would not be where she is today. You know, I love country
Right.
music. I probably would have stayed a fan, but I think she would have even fizzled out
Mhm.
and it would have been like, great, you got 4 or 5 great albums. You did your thing. Bye. But she's so good at pivoting and figuring out new things to do
Mhm.
that I think that's helped her grow her career and stay relevant.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think part of it not stifling the creativity, like even
Yeah.
Folklore and Evermore were way
Oh,
out of her
yes.
norm,
Yeah.
but she was able to do that and still continue her
Yep.
trajectory,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. Ugh,
Let's talk about concerts a little bit.
Okay.
yeah.
She came to Minneapolis, it shook the whole world. I mean, her tours
Yeah.
are just creating their own thing. I mean, I don't like people who watch the Grammys, right? She kind of just strolled in after she flew in from Japan, and there was like, she's creating these economies, and the economy's booming, and she's doing so successfully as a woman.
Yeah.
And the concerts are, I did not go to the Eras tour.
Okay.
I have been to a concert of hers in the past, though, and even early on, they were amazing.
Yeah.
Right. So I can imagine how they have continued to grow and
For sure.
become these 3.5 hour, 4 hour,
Yeah.
just straight performance, like beast mode style
Yeah.
things.
For sure.
Where is this post concert crash coming from? I don't think I'm alone in that terminology of it. What is creating this mini depressed mood after the concert?
I think, I mean, it's like when you're looking forward to something like a vacation. Oh, I'm going on a trip in a few weeks, and there's been anticipation and so much excitement, like building up to it. And then you go to the Eras tour, and it just exceeds all expectations. It's like the best night of your life. So many endorphins, and then it's over.
Yeah.
And you don't have it to look forward to. You know you aren't gonna probably go again, and
Yeah.
that's why so many people, after they go once, really wanna go again because
Yeah.
it's, like, such a high,
Yeah.
and it's, like, hard to get that feeling, like, anywhere else, and so I feel like a lot of it comes from that. It's just so much anticipation, and honestly it's so hard to even get tickets. So if you have
Yeah.
tickets, you just know that you're so lucky and that you're gonna go experience something like really unique and special. And you wait, you wait, and you wait. Some of these people, we have a friend going to the concert this coming October, and she will have had her tickets for a year.
Wow.
So she'll have a
Yeah.
year of waiting. She'll finally go,
Yeah.
and then what? And
Yeah.
then it's over.
Yeah.
But
Do you think there's a sense like a little loss of community after too? There's the hype, like the friendship bracelets and all of kind of like the behind the scenes hype of what secret songs is she going to play, and we got to experience these songs at this concert and you maybe experience these songs at this concert. Is there a little bit of a loss of the community of it once it's over?
That was one thing that I was gonna say before you even brought that up, is I think there is something too about, like Jess said, getting really excited about this
Mhm.
concert, but there is such a community around it. I can't even remember how many people I saw sharing their outfit ideas for the Eras tour and then going shopping together. And, like I've texted Jess, should I wear this or should I wear this? Like, what do and you get with your friends and you get excited about something, and then you
Mhm.
go to this event and you're passing out friendship bracelets. And like you said, you're making friendship bracelets with your friends beforehand. And I feel
Mhm.
like it's a huge sense of community. And then I think you can actually still have that after, but it takes a lot more work and it's a different vibe,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. Because I feel like after I went to the show, I was on such a high and I was so excited about it, but that almost pushed me to want to follow it more. So I started following more people on TikTok that did reviews of each night. So I could see which outfit she wore and what secret songs she did and watch the secret songs. And And so I think that I had to seek that out more. So I do think it made it harder, but I'm glad that I sought it out. I guess if that makes sense.
I was gonna say that's something we've noticed since starting our podcast, and we have, an Instagram to go along with our podcast, and just something we've kind of picked up on is that there's a lot of Swifties out there. There are a
Yeah.
lot, but it's really interesting that, like, when you look at a Swifties inner circle, most of their inner circle aren't Swifties. And so they're, like, yearning to have people to talk to about all things Taylor
Yeah.
Swift.
No.
And, we get DMs of people, like, wanting to talk about, Taylor at the Chiefs games or the new album announcement or whatever, and I think people they are looking for that community sense, and so when they go to the concert and they feel that times, like, 100,
Yeah.
and then they leave, and it's just, "Now what do I do?" Like you said, Carly, it just you can still find it, it's a little different, and
Yeah.
takes a little more effort on your
Yeah.
part, but it is still there.
But I
And
do agree with what you were saying, and I hadn't made that connection until you were bringing it up, that I think even I felt that way, especially after the concert. It was like, I need to talk about Taylor Swift all the time.
Yeah.
Which one of my friends will talk about Taylor Swift with me all the time?
Yeah.
And you kind of like connect with those people in a different way. And I'm lucky that I have multiple friends that are big Swifties that'll talk with me about it. But I think there's a lot of people that like went to the concert or even went to the concert with, maybe a casual Swiftie. And it's like that
Mhm.
casual Swiftie's not going to give me what I need to fulfill everything that I think I need to talk about.
right.
Yeah.
Why do you think you sought more out after? Like I, as a therapist, have thoughts on why
Yeah.
we do those things, but as just a normal person in the community, why
Yeah.
did you actively go and I need more on TikTok? I need to
Yeah.
see what she's wearing and singing
Yeah.
and doing.
I mean, I guess I had never really thought about, you know what I mean? You know how you just do things because
Yeah.
you just feel
Yeah.
like you should do them. But I do think that I realized how much fun I had and that there is a sense of community within it, that it turned into like a fun sport and a game to be like, which secret song did she do? And also, I had tickets. So I went in March and then I had tickets again for August. And so then it kind of became a fun game for me of, oh, we're not getting those two secret songs. Okay, I'll wait till
Mhm.
tomorrow. Let's see what other two are crossed off my list. And like it gave me even more excitement for what was coming in August again.
Mhm.
So that was kind of fun.
And I think just especially having had experienced the Eras tour, while, like, watching live streams is nowhere near being there in person. Since I have experienced in person, it just makes me feel a little bit more like I'm there again, even though I can't be, and so I'm, like, vicariously living through,
Yeah.
other people. And also just experiencing, like, their excitement too is even fun.
Yeah.
Like, knowing especially I mean, there's a lot of excitement around the surprise songs, and so just, like, hearing everybody, like, freak out when she starts playing something they wanted, and it's just really fun.
Yeah.
I'd love to know, Ryan, from
Well,
you.
that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. I want to know, why did I do this? Why am I the way I am?
I think a big,
Like,
I
I
mean,
can't get into that, girl.
Carly is more mentally unstable than
Yeah.
she realizes.
Apparently.
not at all. I think I think we turn to social media because that's what we know,
Yeah.
right? You can't go to every concert. That's just
Yeah.
not possible. But also, I think from the standpoint of coming down from the concert and trying to get those like endorphins back and those
Yeah.
feelings back that you experienced puts us into the situation of I just need more.
More, for sure.
And on the flip side, it's fun and she's magical and she's amazing. And
Yeah.
I just want to consume the content,
Yeah.
which is great. I don't think it's not like right or wrong or good or
Oh,
bad.
for
I'm
sure,
just
yeah.
always like, Like, why do some people are like perfectly content going to the concert and like I had my experience and now I can move on being
For sure.
the very minimal Swiftie that I was.
Yeah.
Versus I need more
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
And I think you're right that many people are the only Swiftie in their circle. Like even adolescents that I work with, they're like, none of my friends like her and I love her. And I'm like, let's talk about it. I don't know a lot, but I love her too.
Yeah. I'm game to talk.
We can put on some Taylor Swift in the background while we chat. I don't have a problem with it.
Best therapy session ever.
Can I
right?
cut in? Can I cut in with breaking Taylor Swift news?
Wait, really?
Are you following right now? What's happening?
Eras Tour streaming.
Oh,
People are texting me. It's Disney Plus.
really?
This has been in
Well,
talks
good.
for
I
a
thought
little
that.
while, though. There's been rumblings about this, right?
Yeah, we knew it would. We were pretty sure it'd eventually go on streaming, but you never know. But we didn't know which platform, but yeah, March 15th.
Oh, that's like soonish.
I know.
Does it
like
feel
almost a month?
Does it feel overwhelming, or maybe overwhelming is the right word, that there is always something about her right now? Like we cannot get away from her. And I don't mean this in a negative way, but like she is everywhere.
I know. Yeah, I had a friend post to her stories the other night when she announced the new album, and she was like, I love being a Swiftie, but sometimes these days it feels more exhausting to be a Swiftie than a mom to my toddler.
Yeah, that's funny.
There's always something going on, and now I'm going to end up with 20 text messages by the time we're done recording this.
Oh, yeah.
It's just, there's always a lot going on.
And I do feel like sometimes, and this is probably like my own projections on myself, but I think sometimes I feel pressure to make sure that I'm caught up on everything as well. I have a couple of friends too that they're so invested that I feel behind if I'm not keeping up with that. And so I think sometimes it's nice to be able to like get really invested and talk about it, but also sometimes I do feel like I have to let that pressure go. But I mean, and then this gets on a whole other topic too of social media then also makes you feel like I didn't solve that puzzle she posted on her website, or I missed that clue that she posted here. Like, how big of a Swiftie am I? And then it can start messing with you a little bit. But I think when she's everywhere too, it can be so time consuming and mentally draining at times to be able to keep up with it all. But you also don't want to be the one that's not keeping up with it all. So it's like, where's that balance?
And it's it's not that it's not fun stuff to keep up with. It's just a lot.
Yeah. Do you mean to tell me that you have imposter syndrome around being a Taylor Swift fan?
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But I think even, going back to Sunday in the Grammys, I had to put my phone, turn off my notifications and just leave it alone, because every time I opened Instagram, it was like, is she going to announce Reputation TV? Is she I'm like, just like, can we calm down?
Yeah.
Can we just take a minute? Can we just watch the Grammys?
Yeah. Can we just enjoy? Yeah. Yeah.
Can we just talk about What Was I Made For a second and how beautiful that song is?
Yes.
That song, I'm so glad that won, because
So glad.
that song, wow.
Yeah. And I think it speaks volumes to the kind of like woman and person that Taylor is, to see her in the crowd, like supporting all of these other musicians and artists.
Yeah.
And standing up and singing and cheering and dancing and just kind of really coming into her own and really learning to be like unapologetically herself over the last few years.
Yeah. I mean, if you see a lot of those
And
videos,
maybe even before the
she'll
last
be
few
the
years.
only one. She'll be the only one standing.
Yeah.
Right now.
I know. I saw that. I was like, man, way to go. Do your thing.
I was like laughing. I was like, do you think like when people get there and they see that their like table is behind Taylor Swift, they're like, there goes my view.
That's funny.
Or here's a different view. I'm gonna
Right. Just the back
watch her dance all night.
Oh man.
how do you think her being unapologetically like herself, and really, I think maybe the past year or two, especially, we're going to shift into some of this Travis Kelce conversation, but just like
Okay.
being more public
Yeah.
with her life, like how will this impact the generations who are watching her as like maybe a role model and what that looks like?
I mean, I hope that people see, I mean, what I see too is somebody absolutely just living who they are and doing what they want to do. And that's what we should all strive to do, right? Is
Mhm.
be secure with who we are and own that. And I think to see somebody like her be in the spotlight so much and also just be herself and do what she wants. And she does really have, I mean, she's huge, but to me, she still does have that girl next door vibe. You know, even like you look at the way she dresses, like I love her style, but it's still pretty different from a lot of people in LA and Hollywood. You know, like the other day she wore this really cute dress with a sweater over it. And I was like,
Yeah.
I actually could see myself wearing that. And that
Yeah.
feels really relatable to me. Honestly, she pulls it off. Amazing. I'm not saying anything about that. But she just feels so relatable at times, even though she's so big. So to see somebody that I feel like, I feel like we can actually be friends.
Yeah.
And then her living her own life, it makes me be like, yeah, if she can do it and she can handle the hate that she gets, I can too.
Yeah. Watching her fangirl over NSYNC,
Yeah.
presenting her an award at the, VMAs or
AMAs.
something.
Yeah.
Very relatable.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, man. Yeah. I'm trying to remember what the original question.
Like how
I know.
will
I
her
like
being
went on.
herself No, how will her being
Oh,
herself impact the generations to come?
yeah. It's kind of a tricky spot for her, and I bet she feels a lot of that pressure
Yeah, sure.
because while it's like she is in the public a lot, but there's still a lot we don't see, and a lot of that, it seems and it feels like she just goes and lives her life and does what she wants, but she has a lot of people saying a lot of things about her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's like we don't necessarily get to see how that affects her very often. We got a peek of that in the Miss Americana documentary, but
Right.
I mean, even for her personally, she's had, especially since being, a lot front and center on the NFL, new NFL mascot, even though she didn't ask for it. She's gotten
Yeah.
a lot of, negativity and stuff that's a little bit uncalled for. And also, obviously all the unfortunate, ridiculous things that people have done with their AI images and stuff. I am sure that was just absolutely horrifying for her. And for that to happen to her, she also recently has had this major stalker that they've had to put away multiple times. And it's like, how is she processing all that? So it's interesting because it's like we do see her a lot and what she's doing and that she's thriving, but we aren't totally seeing the other side of her, and we're not always going to, but luckily she does give us a few glimpses here and there of, like, how things affect her. But I think like, right now, she's just I mean, if we wanna jump in, to Travis, she's just I mean, even outside of Travis, the Eras tour, just everything she's experiencing right now, like, she's so happy right now,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
it does feel a little bit like I don't care I don't care what the dads, Brads, and Chads think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, when she said that, I'm just like, "Yes."
She's just
Like,
so
that
good with
was
her
the
words.
best. I know. I'm here to support my guy,
Yeah.
and whatever happens from that is not my problem.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I think you're right. Never intended to be the mascot for the NFL.
Yeah.
N
Never and never even probably thought it would become as big of a deal
Oh, no.
as it is.
Yeah.
And to see there are no other girlfriends or wives getting this kind of attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But because she is who she is,
Yeah.
they're just like, she's going to take over.
Yeah.
unfortunately.
The funny thing about it too is that it's like people say that and think it, but really when you look at it, it's not like that different than, you know, Jack Nicholson at, Lakers games
Yeah.
and things like that. And just because it's Taylor, I don't know if it has to do with her being a woman or what. It's like people are like, get her off the screen. She has, I mean, we haven't experienced, I don't know when you're posting this episode, we have not had the Super Bowl yet, but
Mhm.
she's only been on the screen total across all 12 games she has attended, 90 seconds. And that's what people are throwing a fit
Yeah.
over. Like,
Which is crazy.
In the
Yeah.
4-hour time
Yes.
frame.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, one 4-hour game.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like you're still watching the game. Like they
Yeah.
don't like, oh, we're gonna
You
miss
didn't
these
you
2
didn't
plays.
miss
So watch
you didn't
Taylor
miss a
Swift. You know what I
touchdown
mean?
because it wasn't like
Right.
they panned away from a team scoring a touchdown
Yes.
because we were watching Taylor Swift,
Yeah.
It's just it's all so interesting.
Yeah.
But I think it's perpetuated in social media that it feels like she is constantly on the screen.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Right? Like
Well, especially
all
on
the
social media,
memes
there's
and everything that's made.
yes, for sure. And there's a lot of videos on social media that are just they had nothing to do with the broadcast. They're videos of people that attended. They weren't like videos from her actually being on the TV.
Mhm.
And so when everyone's posting them and you're seeing them constantly, you're like, wow, did they even watch the football game? It's the same clip posted 100 times.
Yeah.
She's on there because I watch a decent amount of the games and I miss her up there and I want to see her. But it happens it's pretty brief, that they flash her up and I'm like, dang it, I missed it,
Yeah.
And it's so funny how people just can't handle it. I don't know.
Yeah.
And Travis Kelce is a celebrity in his own right.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
also doing well.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
And I think that people are thinking that he's being overshadowed by her, and that's absolutely not the case.
Yeah.
Right? Him and his brother have the #1 podcast right now. Like
Yeah.
they're growing, and I think there's a lot. The assumption that because he's dating Taylor Swift has just shot his career up and through the roof is absurd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, I think it would have happened. Did she help? Sure, because she brought a whole nother fan base.
And I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Mhm.
And even, I mean, he could have gone and dated any other celebrity and that fan base likely would have followed.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. And I will say, my husband is a NFL fan. Loves the NFL, watches all the games. It's a huge deal. I have not invested any more time in the NFL than I did pre-Taylor Swift. And I don't have any plans to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's like this all or nothing thing of,
Yeah.
and the romanticism of it will fade out, right? Football ends on Sunday. That it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Mhm.
over. This is a very short window in everybody's life,
Yeah.
but we want to make it a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had a question to ask, where does the future of like Travis and Taylor leave her? This is like big assumptions, right? Where does this go from here now that football's ending?
I'm really interested to see because and I don't know, I know that the season ends, but I know that they still have obligations, all
Yeah.
year long. Obviously, it's not as intense, but I'm very interested to see, especially because she's on an international tour,
Yeah.
Be
she's
one
not
thing
in
if
the
she was
States.
still touring in the US. But I'm curious to see like how many shows he goes to, and she has a 2-month break. She has 2 2-month breaks. She has a 2-month break from March to May, and then which she'll be promoting her new album. And then she has another break in the fall. I don't remember the dates, but then I guess football will be starting again. So I
Yeah,
guess
right.
more games. But yeah, I don't know. I'm interested to see how they are able to keep up on, you know, they got really lucky when they started to hang out. She was still touring in the US, and then she had a lot of big
Breaks.
breaks. So they were able to like start off on the right foot, and it'll just be interesting to see how they're able to kind of continue it while she's touring internationally.
I hope people just let
Let
them
them
do their
be.
thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm a Swiftie and I think they are so cute and I love seeing all of their stuff. And honestly, like if they're happy, I hope they do get married. They're stinking cute together. Love
Mhm.
that. But I also am kind of sick of this narrative of they're engaged or he's gonna propose at the Super Bowl.
At the Super
They're
Bowl,
gonna,
oh
yeah,
my
like
gosh, I know.
she's gonna be pregnant by the end of the year. I'm just like, why are these the things that we're projecting on anybody? Really, like, we're in 2024. Have we not just decided to let people live their life and stop putting pressure on especially big decisions like marriage and having a child? And so, I don't know.
Mhm.
I think they're cute and I love watching it, but I also am like, she also just got out of a 6-year-long relationship. That is a long time.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
Yeah.
she has a lot of things to work through still and
Mhm.
probably you know, is struggling maybe a little bit mentally of, how is this relationship going to be? I thought I was maybe going to marry Joe and I was, doing that for 6 years. And so I don't know. I just hope that people let them do their thing because we got to stop with the projections.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I know. It's so funny. People get really
Yes.
love Swifties, love the community, very accepting, also extremely opinionated.
Yeah. Yeah.
But also
Absolutely.
it goes hand in hand with anything you're very passionate about,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? And have invested a lot of your life into this person. And not the societal norm is we take XYZ steps
Yeah.
to show that we're having a successful life.
Yeah.
We're doing things the right way when Taylor's never been person,
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
know.
Yeah.
But I think people feel a lot of that it's acceptable to have a lot of input because she's in the public eye and
Yeah.
seemingly made this decision,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
which I think
I
she's
hate that,
also been
but
vocal about, right? Like,
yeah.
and I think a lot of celebrities and even influencers I've seen now coming more into Instagram of I can still have boundaries,
Oh,
and
yeah.
just
You
because I
should.
chose right,
Yeah.
like, and you
Please do.
and you still need to respect my boundaries, just
Yeah.
like despite me being in the public eye,
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
being like as big as she is.
Yeah.
I think I have one final question for both of you.
Okay.
Okay.
She's been around a long time. What do you think continues to make her so special and magical and just like all encompassing? She's amazing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think the first thing that came to my mind with that is I just feel a connection with her because I think she's so good with her fans. I think she does a great job of listening to what her fans are saying. She tries to create music that will either surprise her fans or that they might connect with or they'll enjoy, or she's going to switch things up. She does put these fun little Easter egg games or these cool, whatever she's doing. I feel like she does such a good job of connecting with fans. And that I know is part of the reason why I feel connected with her, not just when a new album drops. There's other artists that I love that are in my top 5 that I, get really excited when their album drops. I listen to it occasionally, and then 2 years later, I get really excited when the album drops, but I'm not as, like, invested because I don't see what they're doing. They don't give me any, clues. I'm not wondering what they're gonna do next, and I just feel like Taylor
Mhm.
does a really good job of connecting with her fans, and I think that's really helped.
Yeah, I think so too, and I also think for me, again, having been a fan for forever, and I'm sure both of you feel this way too, she had a dream of something she wanted to do, and she has had to overcome so much, and we've seen that time and time again,
Yeah.
and it's just kind of this cool hero story, you know? She has, you know, the Kanye drama, her, masters, and
Yeah.
her, eating disorder, and, all there's all these things that we know she's, like, kind of gone through and overcome, and she's come out on the other side with this smile that we're seeing,
Yeah.
every week that just brings so much joy to me, and I think I don't know, I just get such a different feeling from her, and I don't think it's because I pay attention to her more. She's just different. Like, I am, when I think of any other big, big, big celebrities, right, if I were to think of them at a football game and how they would be acting at a football game, they'd be sitting there like this, just yeah, you can't see me,
I was just
but
gonna
just
say.
Taylor is just jumping up
Into
and
it.
down and freaking out, and it was so funny because my best friend, Jess, which you both know, she told me after watching the Grammys, I hadn't even totally noticed until she said it, but I feel like Taylor's been hanging out with her football friends a little bit too much because when she won her Grammys, all of her celebrations were just, yeah, we're like,
That's funny.
the football celebration. And she just seems so much more humanized to me than a lot of
Yeah.
other really, really big stars. And she's just also so friendly. Talking about the Grammys again, we talk about she's standing and cheering for everyone, she's dancing to all the performances, but she's going around and like talking to so many different people and taking pictures with them, and she just seems like so friendly, down to earth, and I just feel like most people that really know her have just really great things to say about her, and just makes her feel more human, I guess, than
Yeah.
these really out of other artists or celebrities that just seem really out of reach.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I think that's very true. Yeah, good for her. Thank you both for taking time out of
Oh,
your
yeah.
day.
This
yeah,
was
this
fun.
was
So
fun.
fun.
I'll talk about Taylor any
Wonderful.
day.
Yes,
Yeah.
such a
If
fun
you want us to
conversation.
come on and talk about Taylor,
Yeah.
don't pull
Great.
You don't have to pull our leg.
Yeah.
I'm glad it finally worked out months later
Yeah.
Yeah.
that we were able to get it done. Again, thank you for taking time out of your day to be
Yes.
here. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you want to learn more or follow either of us on social media, you can find more information in the show notes. Thanks for your support and listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day.